I'm sure you saw like there's just an intense situation where people are just dropping all their voice roles for people of color.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but at the same time, why were we not just hiring the funniest people to voice the characters from the beginning?
That's true. Exactly. Like it doesn't it's just a weird thing that like why did it happen in the first place? But
Yeah.
also I don't know. I'm like
some of the biggest names in animation, like Phil Lamar, voices a ton of white characters in addition to black characters.
Yeah.
Kevin Michael Richardson, same thing. Like I can understand, okay, you wrote this brand new show and you have these brand new characters who have no voice yet. But
you get to choose whatever you want at that point. Like starting now.
I don't like I get it, but then I don't get it.
Because it's like
maybe that's the point.
Well, yeah, but it's like if Apu just suddenly had a different voice after 25 years.
Yeah.
Just because. Not just because, like, because reasons, but
yeah.
Like, like to have a Indian person voice Apu from the beginning would have been great. That's
right.
Like that would have been great. But was it Hank Azaria that did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hank Azaria also does like 1,000 other Simpsons characters. So
yeah, and he voices Lou, who's black, but at the same time, his characterization for Lou is just an impression of Stallone.
Yeah. So it's like
he's voicing a black character, but he's doing an impression of a white guy. And like the same Hibbert is Harry Shearer.
Yeah.
Another white guy. But like no one would like Apu is like just a different beast altogether because it's not just a white guy doing it. It's a white guy doing culturally like inappropriate stereotype.
Absolutely.
But like Mike Henry he willingly decided to not voice Cleveland on Family Guy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was clamoring for him to drop. I don't think anyone was like complaining that he was doing a voice that should be voiced by somebody else.
Yeah, I don't like. I think it's very admirable to do that. Like to be like, hey, someone else should do this, or like it should at least be open for someone else to do it. But also, like Cleveland has had that voice for 15 years now. So
yeah, something like that.
Like I don't know where where's the line to change it.
Well, that's what I was just thinking.
What's the time frame?
So do we start a boycott of The Simpsons to get Nancy Cartwright to stop voicing Bart so we have a 10-year-old boy voice him?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like this is not like a cancel culture type thing. Like I understand people representation, but again, I think from the jump, it should have always been we're doing an animated comedy. Let's get the funniest people involved regardless of
sex,
like race, gender, preference. Yeah, you name it, race, creed, or color, anything.
For sure. Because it's, and it's similar to the, like how, Apple or Google or Facebook or whoever, like major companies are predominantly white males.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, yeah, that shouldn't be the thing. There should be diversity and stuff like that. But also, like, does it make sense to hire a brown, like an Indian person just for the sake of having them if there is a white guy or girl better suited for the position?
Right.
Like if you're just doing like it's like not reverse racism, but like, it's wouldn't you want the best for the company? And yeah, if all things being equal, you could be like, okay, well, maybe I lean towards the non-white person because everything else is going to be the same, and maybe it makes company X look a little better having a more diverse like top end.
Mm-hmm.
But if the best people are if the best people are all Indian people and you just hire Indian people, like, does that make you bad too? Like
Well,
maybe they're just the best person for the job and it has nothing to do with anything else.
it's just like I don't know if you saw Anthony Mackie give an interview about this topic. He was talking about when he was like on set of, I think, Winter Soldier, or it could have been Winter Soldier's first one. He said, very few people of color on it aside from him and a couple others. But then you see the cast and crew for Black Panther, and it's everybody on it, like costume designers, production, everyone on it is black. And he's like, that's almost worse.
Yeah, because
you're saying is we are doing a black movie, so only we're gonna have that crew, but on another set we're not gonna have the best, like, or whatnot on this one.
Exactly.
So
it has to go both ways.
You're screwed either way.
It can't just the main thing is you just can't go to extremes. Like one end is terrible, but to just go completely the other side is just as terrible. Like there's got to be a middle ground of understanding that like the best people have been hired or have been put in that position. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing because if someone can do something better, like why wouldn't you want them on your team? Or
I think what it's going to come down to is just you're going to have a wheel and you're just going to whatever it lands on is going to be who gets hired.
But if it works, it works. Like it
There's still going to be someone where it's going to stop at an aim and then someone's just going to like inch it over to the next one.
Yeah,
they're going to like pull it back. So close,
man.
But you'll get some wonderful parting gifts. Some wonderful parting gifts. So they're remaking a movie that I thought, it doesn't need to be remade, but they're remaking it anyway. Twister.
Like
the 1996. No, like isn't like they're just gonna redo it, like a straight up reboot.
Like insert Ryan Reynolds in Harold and Kumar right now. Like, but why? Like just
because why not?
No. Not just because why not? That's a terrible. Like, but why?
Because like everything's coming back. There was a it's
not like are we just not that creative anymore? That it's not like I feel like there's nostalgia, like,
but is there even
Ninja
nostalgia?
Turtles. No, that's what I'm saying. There's nostalgia like remaking Ninja Turtles.
Like every every generation needs a Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, like is anyone like, man, what movies need more of now is cows flying across the screen. Because what else do you remember from that movie?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay. well, we can't have him. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. But I mean, like, that's not a movie that people, it doesn't define a generation. Maybe that Ninja Turtles doesn't either. But I mean, there's a lot of kids who liked Ninja Turtles in the 80s and in the 90s and in the 10s. And like,
well, the Megan Fox one.
I mean, people got into it, but
did they?
No, but we watched it because we liked it before, like Transformers. Like we watched it growing up, and then when they're like, "Hey, we're gonna make real life Transformers movies," like we were all in on that.
Be there,
yeah. But if someone's like, "Oh, hey, we're doing Twister," there's not like, a handful of meteorologists being like, "Holy shit, this is our time. we got this. You know, we had to power through Sharknado, but now we're here. We finally have Twister.
They keep bringing up honest trailers, but there wasn't honest trailers about that, and they have to point out that like Carrie Elways is like the villain in it,
Oh,
and like him being the villain really just consisted of him doing what anybody would do, which is, you know, take money to try to improve was what everyone else was doing. Like he went corporate, and then like therefore he's the bad guy.
He's sold out.
Yeah, you sold out for, you know, better technology for weather predictions.
Man, what a dick. Who does
And then
that?
of course, you know, spoilers, he had to die in the end.
Of course. Well, I don't know. Maybe in this version he doesn't. Unlikely, but who knows?
The thing I remember about that movie immensely is that they every time a tornado had to change course, it was always shifting northeast.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's like
I really don't.
It's about to shift northeast. Oh, you should watch it. It's
well, maybe I'll just wait till the
it's a movie.
Oh man.
But Bill Paxton's cool.
I don't know. Like no one's clamoring for that remake, I'm sure.
Well, I guess Universal Pictures is, because they're doing it.
Well, yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff.
It's it's a tornado movie. You could just called it Tornado.
Yeah.
And just did anything else.
And then have people be like, "Oh yeah, this is kind of like Twister from 1996."
They wanted to avoid that.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to say this is like that other movie, so we might as well just say it's a remake.
Yeah.
So we talked about Batman. Oh, sorry, good.
No, I was just gonna say I think they should. No, never mind. I was gonna say something and then I thought about it, and it's probably not a good idea. Whatever you were gonna say, let's move on to that.
We talked about Michael Keaton coming back.
Yeah,
possibly as Batman. Did you hear? Apparently, they have a backup plan
for Batman.
Yeah, if he doesn't sign on, looking to bring back Christian Bale.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like they would like them just being like, oh man, it would be really great if Christian Bale came back, or like it's an actual possibility that Christian Bale could come back.
It's a rumor that should talks fall through, they're going to start talking to him.
Interesting. You think he'll say yes?
No,
absolutely not.
He'll go, is Chris Nolan involved? And he'll say,
Val Kilmer's in the background like, hey guys, I'm still here. Clooney would be out.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Clooney.
Yeah, Clooney's out.
I got nothing going on. Shut up, George.
Yeah.
Clooney.
Yeah, that guy. And then there's, I don't know if it's like rumored or it's like set in stone. It seems like it's pretty set from what I hear, but that after just like basically bashing Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds is going to reprise his Green Lantern role
for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
I heard.
Like, is that like is that something that's actually going to happen, or just something that people are like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if? Because I just feel like no,
it's one of those ones I could see.
Funny if
it would be a bit of both. People would say it, but at the same time, I could see them asking him and him going, like I can do it.
Like
just because.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it would be like I don't know, like how would they even shoehorn that in? I guess they have 40 million to figure something out.
Yeah, like he's given all his money away, so
yeah,
this through food banks and other charities. But back to Batman, there's apparently a 170-minute cut of Batman Forever.
170?
Yeah, like so almost like 3 hours.
3 hours of Batman Forever. And how much is the actual cut? Like 90 minutes?
Or like an hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, yeah, apparently Joel Schumacher did like a much darker, more in line with Tim Burton's 2,
Yeah.
and apparently Warner Brothers has it cut, so people are
Wait,
speculating.
which one was Forever? That was
That's the Kilmer one.
Jim. Which one?
Yeah, Jim Carrey
Jim
and
Carrey.
Tommy Lee
Yeah.
Jones and
Okay.
Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
people
I
like,
can't even
throw
imagine
that up on HBO Max.
I can't even imagine what double that movie would be like.
Well, I heard rumblings about it a long time ago. Like the opening for that movie with Bank Heist with Two-Faced was like actually in that cut, like in the middle of the movie.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't even like the introduction to everybody.
I see.
And there was more with like him falling in the well, discovering the bat and all that jazz. That was played up more.
So more origin story. That's what we need of in Batman
you need
movies.
more origin. Yeah, you need more origin in the third movie.
just like they have to be like, well, we only did 10 minutes of it in the last movie, so let's get a nice even 15 for this one.
Is 15
So
even?
bad. What?
Is 15 an even number?
Yeah, that's a round number. 15 minutes is.
So I saw this. I like this article title. Crowdfunding drive for go-karting firm previously known as Marycar fails spectacularly. So I guess people were trying to do a GoFundMe, basically making like real life Mario Kart on the street.
Okay. Called it, Mary Car? Like merry-go car?
As in Maricar.
Okay, just taking the last letters off. Not Kar.
Yeah, so it's like, so no Mario Kart. It's car.
Mary Car. Okay.
Mary Car. So they were looking to raise 50 million yen, so like 375,000. They raised less than 1%.
So close. This close. Yeah, just a little. So close. But okay, so wait, they were planning on raising that to build a track, like a track with carts, and throwing turtles at each other.
Yeah, they're trying to say that was like in no relation to Mario Kart.
Of course, yeah, sure.
But yeah, they were just hit with lawsuit after lawsuit about violating intellectual property rights and yada yada yada. And
Nintendo's like they're not really down with people taking their stuff.
No, that's why they go after all those emulators and ROMs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like people look like they're driving Mario Karts. Like the video has them people dressed as Bowser and Mario and like we're in no way related to this.
You're not even you're not even trying at that point.
So they started a Save the Street Card campaign to raise some more money, and it closed at the end of June. Made 11,569 yen, which is like the equivalent to $86. Falling way short of
like if you hadn't said yen at the end, you're like, all right, that's 11,000 out of 300,000. Like, not great, but 11,000 out of 150 million or whatever, like that. Oh, that hurts.
So yeah, less than $100.
Wow. I wonder, like, who was like, who were the people donating? Like the guy dressed as Bowser, obviously, was one of them.
Yeah, probably the guy that started the page. He's just like, I'll chip in.
Oh, I gotta
to get it started.
Yeah, some seed money.
Don't want the link to go out with $0 on it.
That sucks. Sucks for them, but also, like, they should.
People should know better. Like,
people should know better. Also, did you see those images of Super Mario World? I did. In Japan, like, that looks crazy real, and I want to go to that so badly.
Just wish it wasn't in Japan.
In Japan,
more easily accessible here in North America.
I would love it if it was like in my backyard, some sort of miniaturized version of that. But it's just like it's Lego. It's so crazy how real it looks, or not how real, but how video game real it looks. Like when I saw the real life image of it or whatever, that
Yeah, it's
video, that
polished
was
pretty good.
like, it actually looks like the way the video game looks,
Yeah.
not just a this is what the video game would look like in real life. It's like this is what real life looks like in video games, and that blew my mind.
Yeah, the attention to detail is
Top notch.
top drawer.
Yeah. A plus.
Yeah, I can't like I get that part of it is like it'd be fun to go to Mario World, but to be like it's like the Lion King and the Jungle. It's like photorealistic, right?
Yeah.
It's like they wanted everything to look super real in those movies, but to have the video game be real and to the point where it's lifted right out of like the cartridge is just mind-boggling. Because if you go to Disney now, like you've seen like this Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty, you've seen like their castles and stuff, and then you see the real castle and like, okay, I can see where it's inspired by.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look like it does in the cartoon. But this is holy shit. This is the Mario that where you can play in the game now that you can just walk into that world.
Like it, I feel like having seen that, and maybe it's just the picture that makes it look like that, but like if that's what it looks like in real life, it's like I would expect to walk in and be like 8-bit eyes. You know, like
it's like entering Tron.
Exactly. Also, I hear they're making a Tron 3. What's that about?
Well, they've been saying Tron 3 since Tron 2.
But Disney was actually like, "Hey, yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead with this." I wonder if it's probably going to be like a straight to Disney Plus situation, but
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's how I feel everything's going to happen.
Daft Punk is like on board, so that's going to be an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't need. Just give me the soundtrack. Like, how about you don't make the movie and just send me the links?
Yeah. Just
I'll take the MP3s. Just give me the MP3 download.
That Tron soundtrack was so good.
And what also I thought would made the Tron Legacy soundtrack even better was people taking those tracks and doing their own mixes of them, like the remixes and stuff, extended cuts and things like that. It just lent for so much more creativity around the interwebs.
Yeah.
I've seen the original, but I don't remember it. But I also don't want to watch it again.
Like, don't remember the story or like the
I remember the story. I just don't remember the original 80s Tron. Like I remember seeing it, and I think I've paper
seen
suits, the cardboard suits they're in and shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't want to watch it again because I know it's bad.
Visually, it's like I wish
it's an eyesore.
It's an eyesore, but at the time it wasn't. And like I think we've talked about this before, but like I wish we could go back not knowing what we know now or not having seen what we've seen now and just see that for the first time and just be like blown away at it. Like I'm sure we've talked about like how amazing would it be to not know that Vader was Luke's father and watch Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Like that would be incredible to just not know that thing that was going to happen and have it be the first time you find out be in the theater. And I think that would be the same with like just some of these crazy like old movies that when you compare it to even 20 years ago, you're like, yeah, that was terrible. Like it looks terrible. But seeing it for the first time, I guess it's like seeing like we've talked about this, but like seeing Toy Story for the first time, how amazing it was, and then seeing Toy Story now, and you're like, oh, it's pretty blocky.
It took him how long to make that dog?
Yeah,
it should have went another year on that one
compared to Toy Story 3 and 4, and you're like, wow, that looks okay. But when it first came out, it was incredible.
Oh, did you read that article I sent about Cars 3 and
no, it's there. It's on the bookmark.
But going to go back to the Vader thing. But even now, like we're living in a world where if you haven't seen, let's say, just for example, The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Right. The ending of the movie is basically quoted in or punchlines and jokes now, like in various movies and TV shows. So if you've never seen it and you watch something, you'll be spoiled just indirectly.
Indirect, yeah, absolutely. And you might not know,
like Sixth Sense or
yeah,
fucking.
but like also like it's been 25 years. Let it go.
Yeah,
If
you remember
haven't seen-
watching that movie and then at the end going, "Holy shit!"
well, yeah,
like,
exactly. That absolutely was incredible.
And then the thing now is like, "Holy shit!" That was Donnie Wahlberg at the beginning of that movie. Not even that Bruce Willis was dead. It was Donnie Wahlberg lost like 80 pounds.
Yeah, God, he didn't. That was not a good look.
No,
but like, yeah, both of those movies they're perfect examples of like movies that you get to the end of it, and if it hasn't been spoiled for you, you immediately want to watch it again just to be like, how did I miss?
Pick up on it.
Like, how did I miss every single thing they threw at me?
But how did I not notice that you never saw Bruce Willis's left hand?
That you just but like, why would you think to notice?
No,
that?
you wouldn't at all.
So like they did it so well. It's like Memento too, you know. It's and even like Fight Club. You watch Fight Club, and when it gets figured out that it's the same person, you're like, what? And then you go back and you're like, oh yeah, like
yeah. I was gonna bring that up too because I've never seen Fight Club, but I know the ending of Fight Club.
Oh really? Fight Club's good. I enjoy that movie. Just like Edward Norton is so good in that movie.
I've watched almost everything that came from David Fincher except for Fight Club.
Oh really?
And that includes Alien 3.
Why? Yeah. No, okay. Sorry. that came out wrong.
Gee, how do you feel about Alien 3, Michelle?
That's how you really feel. No, that came out wrong. It was. it's because I
hate it.
I was just looking through my YouTube subscription feed, and the CinemaSins guys just re-uploaded everything wrong with Alien 3 like today. And I was
is it the entire runtime of that movie?
I can't watch this. It's gonna be so like they're just gonna rip into it.
He has I think I have the cut, like his preferred cut of it. Like not that he likes the movie.
Yeah.
But like
like I hate it, but I just hate it less. Like
like they're apparently like the xenomorphs. There was two different kinds. One came from an ox, and one came from a dog.
Yeah,
and I think his version's the dog, not the ox or whatever. But
is
either way,
dog in the movie though.
Yeah, they just in this cut, it's like that beginning part has changed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then I guess it spawns out of the ox, then not the dog. Either way, fucking the CGI is just terrible.
It's so bad, unbelievably bad.
And they killed off Hicks and Newt for no fucking reason.
And it's like unbelievably bad compared to their older movies. Like their older movies.
Oh yeah,
better. Like
Aliens are like perfect films.
Yeah, like you. Okay.
I didn't say they were. I said like also by comparison,
like such as. But
okay, Aliens is I would say more perfect than
Alien. But like you would expect something made afterwards to look better, and when it doesn't, you're just like,
yeah,
what happened?
It's the reliance more on, hey, we have this new technology, it's called CG. Let's use that instead of practical for everything.
Puppeteering.
Like I like puppeteering, but I don't like when you see the puppets moving and then you cut to a wide shot and it's CG and it moves completely different.
Yeah,
how it moved a scene before because it's a guy in a fucking rubber suit. I was thinking, like, because it was the anniversary of Back to the Future, I think last weekend. I don't think there's a series of at least 3 movies that's as perfect as those 3 movies.
No.
And I don't mean perfect films. I mean just as a run. Like I can't. There's obviously all movies have faults, but just as a trilogy as strong as those. 3.
What was the time frame between not like between when Back to the Future 1 came out and when 2 came out.
I know they shot 2
I know they shot 2 and 3 like
together.
back to back, and so that's why they look so similar.
So Back to the Future was 85, obviously because 1985.
Yeah, of course. And then wasn't it like 88? It was like 3 years.
Oh, fucking sequels. 89 was 2, and then
like 6 months later was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, November
Which
89.
would be so awesome. Like
and
I
then
would love
May.
not having to wait a year between major movie releases.
Well, fuck. We might never get to go again.
Well, yeah, that too. Speaking of, are we going to go see Tenet when it comes out?
How long do you think they're gonna push that before, like, fuck it, just dump it?
Like how long? Like how
Okay,
many
well,
weeks
I
they'll
should
be
say
like,
this.
okay, this week. This
Maybe I
week.
won't use Tenet because, like, Chris Nolan, I think, like, runs Hollywood now.
Yeah, pretty sure
Because that's like the only reason why this is still being pushed. But I'm thinking like Warner Brothers, like there was that rumor months ago that they were going to do it when this started, and Disney with Mulan. I'm just wondering, at what point do you just cut your losses and dump it
on your
like
streaming service.
Like if you're Warner Brothers, do you not say, you know what, let's get some HBO Max subscriptions up and throw it on HBO Max? That's the only way to get it.
Absolutely. I think,
and Disney, like, well, like I haven't watched Hamilton yet. I want to watch Hamilton.
I know, me too.
I didn't want to commit to the 2 hours and 40-minute runtime.
So bad.
It's literally, was it Friday night? I'm like, I'll throw this on, and I went 2 hours. Nope,
not yet.
That's another day or a series of days.
If this was the extended run of Batman Forever, I'd be in. But Hamilton, no thank you.
I would be in because at least I saw that. I want to know what's different.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Hamilton, like, well, I can watch it, or I can just get the soundtrack and get the gist.
Open a history
or read about.
Yeah,
that was just.
I I'll just start the movie.
I'll take less time than reading the book.
The worst cycle ever. I feel like this is. I think Hamilton's going to be something I end up watching this weekend. But it's. I don't know. I have not heard anyone really say that it wasn't great, and it's been a really long time since something came out where people were almost unanimously agreed that it's good. There's always like that, the crowd that, didn't like Infinity War because whatever, and they didn't like Titanic because whatever, or Avatar because whatever. Like those movies made a ton of money because a bunch of people liked it. And I feel like Hamilton, like as an overall, like more people liked Hamilton than liked literally anything else movie wise. Maybe Shawshank. Because if you don't like that movie, we don't like you.
Just get out.
Yeah, get out.
Unsubscribe.
Well,
but
no,
don't
do that.
unsubscribe.
Don't do that. Just get out. Come back next week.
Just for the remaining of however long this podcast lasts, you were just stop listening now for 10 seconds to turn us back on.
Yeah. Just pull over in your car, turn the volume down, and then turn it up again and go back to driving.
I didn't like Titanic.
Yeah, I like that was just more of a because it made so much money thing. Okay, I bet you there's at least one part of Titanic that you did like.
The boat going down?
No, like just one specific scene.
When the boat's going down and the guy hits the smokestack?
Exactly. That's exactly it. That may be the thing. Okay, so if Hamilton is universally
girls love the romance of Titanic. Guys love the and they added the sound effect of the
it's so good. But like that's even if you hate Titanic, that one like 3-second clip, like you're all in. You're like, yes, this is it. Like you're waiting for that
More
part.
of this.
Yeah, it sucks that it has to happen 2.5 hours into the movie, but you wait for that because you're like, it's gonna make it worth it. It's gonna make it worth it.
Do you think, just by chance, that actually happened? And like, the guy was with like a wife or whatever. She survived, and told their kids, and then this movie came out,
They
and
put it
that's
into the movie. Oh my god, no way!
there's granddad.
Yo.
Ping.
Your legacy will live on.
Rest in peace.
I feel like that was also just something that like happened. Like they had meant to throw the dummy or whatever like off,
Yeah.
and it wasn't supposed to hit the thing, but then it did, and they're like, yes, keep it exactly like that.
This is our stormtrooper digging his head.
Absolutely. It's like we need to have that in.
Jim Cameron's in the editing room. Guy's like, I don't know. No, Jim, seriously, you need that in. They're coming for Leo. They're staying for that guy hitting the smokestack.
No, it's like they're here to see Paint Me Like One of Your French Girls, and that scene. That's it.
And you know what? Billy Zane too, a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's
just a cool guy.
Billy Zane.
I thought of watching some really old superhero movies and comic book movies that I watched when I was younger. Like I watched Spawn like a couple weeks ago.
Well, when you said Spawn earlier, it made me think of it. I forget what you were saying it about. Like you were just saying it spawns, something. And I was like, man, I miss that movie, Spawn. It's like the first black superhero.
Yeah, and like in the movie, because it was before Blade.
Yeah.
But then I just thought of like Billy Zane to watch The Phantom.
Ooh, The Phantom, yes.
Or Alec Baldwin's The Shadow.
The Shadow is good too.
Liam Neeson's Dark Man.
Which is one I never saw.
I haven't watched that either, but I remember seeing stuff from it. But I was also thought of like, oh, maybe like throw on what was it now? Howard the Duck.
I never watched that either. My first Howard the Duck experience was at the end of Guardians, or I guess Guardians a little bit. And I was just like, I had known about Howard, like I knew what it was, but I had just
George Lucas.
I just never saw the movie, and so I was like, oh, haha, like that's fun. And that was pretty much the end of it.
It's like the official, unofficial first Marvel movie.
What's that? Oh, Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
It's
Marvel comic, though it wasn't like a Marvel movie.
Studios. Yeah,
it was George Lucas produced. Box office bomb.
Well, yeah.
That's all I got for that. That's really all I got on that one.
Yeah.
Just try to give some of the bad stuff another taste and see if, like you said, resonates like it did when you were a kid. It won't.
It won't.
Like I'll
absolutely
pick it apart like you wouldn't believe.
But like we do that with new movies too. So really, I think that's
Venom.
I think that's us more than the movies.
It's the cynic in us all.
Exactly. You know what show they need to bring back?
The Critic.
Yeah, of course.
God, John Lovitz isn't doing anything.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
We just kind of need that soundbite.
Yeah, that one's so good.
Yeah, outside of that, I don't think I've watched really much lately.
I've been on a
a spell, like a dry spell.
A dry spell
of content.
But it's been good. And then I'm very excited to have a day off soon, and I am going to watch all of the Ninja Turtles movies on Netflix again. Just like sit,
like all of them.
Well, no, like
the three, the animated, and the two new.
No,
ones?
like the three, but maybe not even the third. So maybe just the first two. I like. One. Well, no. If I was only gonna watch one, it would be the second one.
Ninja
But
rap.
yeah, did you see that thing with Vanilla Ice? that
So
that destroyed me. It was so good.
so those unaware, Vanilla Ice was planning on holding a concert. I think it was in Arizona.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona or Texas, one of the two U.S. hotspots for the coronavirus outbreak. And people are like, dude, this is like a bad idea. And it's his response that was what made it the greatest
Which
thing
is
ever.
gold.
His response was, well, we didn't have coronavirus in the 90s. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's fair. You didn't.
That's why there's a problem now.
Yeah. But then someone else was also like, yeah, that's okay. I think they're allowing crowds under 10 people.
Yeah, it was the comments after.
That was just like,
It's fine, guys.
man, damn it. Like, damn it, Vanilla Ice. Why you set yourself up like that? You had to have known.
Some people aren't really that aware of
No, that's true.
themselves.
Also, like, there's
I just love in that
no-
movie they just stumbled into a Vanilla Ice concert.
yeah, and people seem
he's
happy
just
to
like,
be
hey,
there.
whoa. Like, let's just sing a song that I'm making up on the spot that just happens to coincide with what's going on.
Go turtle, go. It would have been amazing if like 2 years before that movie had come out, Vanilla Ice actually had a song like that, and then like it wasn't just a song that they sang for the movie. It was like, hey, these guys have a song with the name Turtle in it. Let's see if we can get them in the movie. And just like had that song make a comeback. But nope, they went with hey, oh
See, there's
hey,
one-
look, there's some turtles. Like what would have happened if like bears rolled through?
Now using your cynic hat again.
Yeah.
It's just like family, not to bring family up yet another episode, but when like Peter's listening to like Danger Zone,
Yeah.
and then just points out that he's just rhyming Danger Zone with Danger Zone.
That's right. It's like the laziest rhyme.
Yeah. It's like the highway to the Danger Zone. See, that's the other thing too. Like that movie can't be delayed either.
Top Gun?
Like I know they pushed it to December, but
Yeah.
I want to see Top Gun.
Yeah. I want to see it now.
Yeah, that and Bond.
Yes. It's so yeah, like back to your thing. Like, do you think that with Tenet, because it seems like they're just going week by week, like
Yeah, they're in August now.
at a certain point, they're like, all right, we're every Thursday that it's not out, or like we'll say every Wednesday that it's not out, we'll push it out to one more week later. But like at a point, yeah, you're right. It's either not coming out at all in theaters,
Yep.
or they just say fuck it, like we're out. And if
Or
20
I'll give you
people
an
show
idea.
up,
What if they go back to the old theater runs and you dump it, let's say next Friday, and you just let it sit there
for 6 months.
for 6 months?
Yeah.
So people can go now and see it. It'll make, I think, what, Onward, because some theaters open up, made like 26 grand, and that was like the box office champ. So you let that happen and just let it just a slow bleed and just slowly start making money as things reopen.
What are the costs behind that? Because so
I think that you help the theaters
exactly
by doing
so
that. Let it stay out.
Theaters pay to have the movies there, right?
Yep.
But like eventually, like the reason that movies don't stay in theaters for 6 months at a time is so that they can release on like digital and Blu-ray and make some more money, right?
Yeah, then the distributors get the new films in, and
like otherwise
again.
Otherwise it would just sit and like rot in the theater, and then 6 months later, like just die.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in this case, like is it how much more of a loss is it to delay than to just be like, yep, put it up, and even if they just make $26,000, that's
Mhm.
still 26,000 more than what they're making by delaying.
Yeah, and
And
all you're doing is by pushing it back is you're now heading in, you're shortening your window for if a movie doesn't move.
yeah, exactly. And then you know what? If it's even if it's there for a month and you decide, all right, clearly no one's going, let's just put it on our streaming service.
Yep.
Like all that got you was, maybe a month's worth of, some money coming in, and like that's it. It's still better than not having anything come in. And yeah, maybe it's not as good as putting it on a streaming service right now and gaining like a month's worth of new subscribers, but like I don't know
Mhm.
how many new subscribers are you getting just to watch Tenet? Like,
Yeah,
and
probably
if
not
you
many.
maybe not a lot, but even if you get a bunch of them, that's still like I don't think there's any streaming service that is like for 1 month um the cost of a movie ticket. Like tickets are expensive now. They're like $17, right? $15
Yeah,
Canadian. Sorry.
especially
But
if you're
like
doing IMAX.
yeah, and so even if all they get is people signing up for 1 month to watch that movie, like you're still making more by putting it in the theater for a month first and then have those people sign up later anyway.
Because even now, like what they're trying to do with give people ideas of let's go out, doing like the drive-in makeshift drive-ins with old flicks, and they're
Yeah.
charging like what $50 a car. Like I
Oh,
could,
really? Oh,
why would I
yeah.
spend
So,
$50 to go watch Guardians when I can watch it in my home for free?
yeah, the drive-in I was telling you about last week. What were the
Yeah.
movies they were playing last week? I forget. Something in Star Wars, I think. Right.
Okay.
This week they're playing Inside Out and Empire Strikes Back. So I imagine next week will be something and Jedi.
More Pixar and
Yeah, probably like Pixar and then a Jedi movie. Um, so I'm like, that's fun. There and that thing is like, I think it ends up being like $20 a car, kind of thing,
yeah.
or something similar to that. But it's just like it's a way to go see something on a like big screen,
Yeah.
um, without having anyone near you except for like someone you trust or someone you're already close with. Um, but there's a lot of the like pop-up drive-ins now because it's like it's really the only way to watch any new movie.
And they're not even new. You just said it.
There, yeah, any just movie.
Like that will must be like you have all these movies come out VODs. You have whomever's going to be showing this rent the movie on VOD and then charge people to come watch it. So it's
Yeah,
something new for them. But I guess
but even like what's to
copyright
stop?
holders would not like that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's also like what's to stop one of them from just signing into their Netflix or signing into Disney Plus and just showing Hamilton,
Yeah. Like
right? Like
I think you have
it's
to
just a
get a
projector,
clearance from people to show something publicly. I think.
probably. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's a reason why more people aren't doing that, and it's
Yeah.
for legal reasons. Yeah,
Curse you, legal reasons.
Heresy legal.
Forgot because we were too giggly. Um,
Yeah, that happens.
but I saw this. This is in relation to our other talk about director's cuts and shit. Um,
Kevin Feige.
Stallone's working on a Rocky IV director's cut. Yeah,
Just why? Like,
and he says it will be amazing. Says his exact quote is, "I am doing a director's cut on Rocky IV, which will be amazing."
I'm doing a
End
director's cut
quote.
of Rocky Four. It's
Hey,
gonna be
Rocky
amazing.
IV. Hey. I'd watch it.
I mean, I'd watch it for sure, but I don't think it's gonna be amazing.
No,
Like Rocky
it
4
could
is
be
good.
better.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
Rocky 4 is
it's
good. I will defend any Rocky movie except Rocky 5.
that's fair. I get that.
Because
Tommy Gunn could have been something big, but the whole
yeah,
movie just ruined it.
and
Like
then
it
like
just
having fucking Robert at the end, just like get him, like beat him. He took my
yeah,
room.
yeah.
Like okay, we don't
Relax.
need no '90s little kid one-liners in here. That's why I hated him. The Mummy Returns.
Oh, just like the quips, like just
Yeah, I don't need.
like
I hate
this
kids with quips.
the Spider-Man style. Like
Spider-Man's okay
no, I like
because he's fight. Oh, like
I
Spider-Man 3 kid
like
quips.
yeah, like it just no, but like it makes sense when Spider-Man does it because that's his thing. Like
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
like
he does in the comics. And
man is a loose term.
yeah, that's
He's
exactly um Spider Boy. Spider-Man.
oh man.
Man. But yeah,
Yeah,
when they just throw it in because it's like, all right, well, we haven't said something funny in 30 seconds.
like if it's like kids and other kids, like a Sandlot, or
Yeah.
that's okay. But when it's
That's
kids
a Sandlot
and
or
adults,
yeah, that's the only time it's okay.
Little Giants, then.
I was yeah. Angels in the outfield.
Oh man,
But yes, when it's kids
kids on
quipping
kid
the
action.
kids, that's I don't think you can say kids on kids action.
Not on the internet. Kids quipping kids.
Yeah, like that's fine. And adults quipping adults is like
My dad's gonna
semi-okay.
kick your butt.
Yeah.
Hilarity ensues.
Butt kicking in
Butt crawling 3D. Did you ever watch the not that Underworld? That was like the fourth, like the fifth one.
Wait.
So
No.
we saw the one.
I've
we
seen
saw
the
like the one where
Underworld.
we saw the one where she came back to it. Like they had she was in came back and was in the first two, then not the prequel, and then did another one. But there's a one after that.
The one with
She had like blonde hair. She was like the clone or something.
yeah,
I've watched 20 minutes of it.
I definitely know that as the Underworlds get newer, I've seen them less and less. Like I've seen the first Underworld several times and the second one. But after that, it's like maybe I've definitely seen them all once, maybe a second time, but like never more than twice.
Fair enough. I don't know why it popped in my head. It's probably just the ass kicking thing.
Yeah.
I'm just speculating at this point. Okay. So I guess my recommendation would be Hamilton because I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
think
I
of
think
anything else I would.
I'll just go with Ninja Turtles because it's just I mean, if you haven't seen it, like you have to go into it knowing when it came out and like what
for 89. Was it 89? Yeah.
89 the first one? Yeah, the first one was 89, the second one was like 92 or 91. It wasn't too far.
Yeah, it wasn't too far off of it.
No. Yeah, I think 3 years may have been too much. Probably 91. Like there's there's so many things that date the movie, and you have to take it and be like, yes, it was it wasn't even just the 90s, it was the early 90s. You have to go into it thinking that, and then
like it's also like that was considered dark.
Yeah.
Four brothers eating pizza in the sewers.
It's gross. With a rat.
Kevin Clash, voice of Sprinter. Also the voice of Elmo. Well, was.
Yeah.
Till the
You
the
know,
stuff.
you know, the things.
Wikipedia.org. Kevin Clash. It's all there.
It's not.
Shall you
all
want to
good.
hit?
Sorry. Go ahead.
You want to hear a joke about construction?
Yeah. Yes, I would love to.
I'm still working on it. The Luigi. I actually introduced the kids today to Mario Brothers. They were playing it on the Switch.
Nice.
They couldn't do it, so they got bored.
Oh, they didn't even play as Nabbit?
No, it's not even that. It's just that you have to direction this way and then jump. So they would run into something and then they'd let go. And then they'd jump and it's just going straight up.
Ah, yes. Not holding. Yes. Two things at the yes. And walking and chewing gum.
It's difficult, man.
It's not the easiest.
It's not. Before we go, nice hat.
Thank you. These are for our audio listeners you can't see, but if you check out our Instagram at Open Collar Pod and our Twitter, we have a new logo icon situation, and we have some hats. So if you're interested, let us know. We can whip one up for you and
charge you for it.
Charge you for it, of course,
because the shit ain't free.
Yeah. But you know what is free?
Those prices.
You know what is free? Leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. That's free, and also subscribing to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff.
It's all free,
and the YouTubes.
Oh, I forgot.
What did you forget?
I got this bad boy. Oh no.
Oh, you don't have it.
I did bring it down. It's not the right one. Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Seriously, what the fuck? That's the thing fell off and then like, oh god. Well, that's anticlimactic.
Yeah, well, that was great. Should we just cut that out?
Off the rails.
Off the rails. I was just thinking. I was like, this is the latest we've gone off the rails. Not too shabby. Usually, this would have happened about 57 minutes ago into this 58-minute long episode. Although I guess you could argue that the whole Giggle Fest was when it started.
No, at least we didn't screw that up.
That's true.
That was just good comedy. So, Open for this week, like Michelle said, twitter.com, instagram.com, facebook.com/opencollarpod, youtube.com/govnc. For Michelle, this is Corey, reminding you to keep it casual.